Center brings it to you. Let's go back in history when a man's horse was his most prized possession. A horse served mankind in many ways. Cowboys and Indians alike would lay the reins down the neck of their horse and shoot their weapon while steering their horse with their legs. That's just exactly what you see John Payne, the one-armed bandit, doing right now. You're looking at an endurance horse, a horse that can run like the wind for miles on end. Perhaps a Pony Express horse carrying the U.S. mail back in the 1800s. These horses were usually about half broke and kind of hard to handle, but they could run long distances. They were called a good land rush mount because they could get you there to make your first claim on the land. Indians worshiped their horses. They relied on them in warfare. They chased buffalo across the Great Plains. Indians loved their horses. But if you were a paleface riding through hostile Indian territory, a horse with speed and endurance could save your scalp and carry you safely. So as the white man runs, the Native American chases. They battled over their breed. And I'm not talking to the man, I'm talking about the horses. The Indians did not steal horses. They took them because they could. And they did it every chance they got. The Indians prized the value of good horse flesh. This band of horses was gathered on the Rosebud Sioux Reservation in South Dakota. Remember, there were no horses in the New World before the 1500s. The Spanish conquistadors brought horses with them. The horses you see here are likely descendants of those early breeds, because many escaped or were abandoned to become the wild horses of today. There are perhaps up to 80,000 wild Mustangs ranging what's left of the wild, wild west. History echoes with the thundering hoofbeats of many breeds that helped settle and develop the country. They have enriched our lives and made life less difficult. Many of these original Mustangs were honored and preserved by the original Americans, the Indians. Yet, as keen as Indians were, some fine animals were often retrieved by exactly the cowboy that took them, using the tool of his trade, the smoking stick. The cowboy would return. He'd not only run the Indian off his land, he'd take his horses. He'd use that firing stick to make life for himself better at the expense of the Native Americans. As I told you, this band of horses came off the Rosebud Sioux Reservation in South Dakota. If you're going to catch them, you better be bad to the bone. You're about to watch the work of an 11-time Contract Act of the Year. That's right, this man has won more Entertainer of the Year awards in our sport than any other entertainer in our history. The one-armed bandit doing battle with just one arm. He lost his right arm in a fight with electricity, but it did not take his desire to live his life in the saddle. Tonight, on the back of a red mule. Why does John Payne ride a mule? Because he can. Come on, everybody, say hello, the one-armed bandit, Shidler, Oklahoma. Now, let me tell you about the mule. Yeah, sure-footed, tenacious. And they get a bad rap for being stubborn. They're not. They're strong-willed. You got to work with their will, in conjunction. Now the Mustangs. What kind of cowboy can capture them? What kind of cowboy can get them from the canyons to the brush country? The kind of cowboy you're watching out here. John Payne has captured Mustangs on BLM land in northern Nevada. He's captured Watusi cattle in the Everglades of Florida. He's captured everything anybody's ever sent him after. With good dogs, good horses, good mules, and one good arm. Tonight, he puts those three beautiful Payne Mustangs on the top of the trailer and has the courage to join them. Friends, from the top of the trailer, from the top of your lungs, let's hear it for John Payne. The one-armed bandit. The Mustangs. Wild and woolly as the west they come from. The Badlands from where they were captured. Not only did he put him on the top of that trailer, John Payne can put him where he wants to whenever he wants to. You've seen the cowboy. You've seen the man on a mule and a horse. You've seen him do battle with Indians. Now, watch the horseman on a mule. Imagine the ground moving underneath you. And look at this sure-footed red mule. 3 spins, gunfire in the air. That's the way the cowboys live. Wild and western. Come on, Dodge City, Kansas. How many of y'all enjoyed the Wild Bandit? Come on, let's show him. Don't just tell him, show him. John Payne, the Wild Bandit from Shidler, Oklahoma, presented by the Dodge City Medical Center. Oh yeah. It's always awesome to have that man grace us with his presence.